You will arrive at your destination at 1822.
Oh, there we go, guys. Super tight on the way in. Super tight on the way. Look at that curve. Look at that. Yes, there we go. But there we go. So heading back to the 217. Yeah, that was a tricky little one, that was. But we got in, we got out. Oof. Head towards the 217 Reigate. And that should be us back onto the main road then, back out towards the M25. So I thought I'd film this bit. So it's always fun and games going through here. Like I said, I'm going to have to go really tight on this side just to squeeze it out. 2 minutes into my drive back, I was in the wrong lane, so an awesome start. Standard for London, so I'm going to go across a bit here. Head towards that cyclist, but not hit him. Let's see, if I'd gone tight with that inside curb, and I would have been eating that fence. So, we're back out, so I think we follow this now, straight on down. At some point we'll be back on the M25. Excuse me if I don't do too much talking, I've literally just finished launching all that on the back of the lorry. And I'm just rolling just to get back out of London and back into back on the motorway and back home. What's the time? How do we do for time? 5 to 3. That's alright, alright. I panicked then, I saw the low bridge sign, but it was off to the side. I thought, oh no, not already, not already. No, I think we're alright here. 2230, yes, it's the road we need to be on. There's a problem when you come out of London, especially when we got one ways and stuff like that. You don't know whether you've committed yourself to the right bloody road or not. Yeah, looks like we're on the right road. So yeah, no, they were good as gold down there. Like all the foremans and everyone helped me get in. The fella was in there was saying that polo that was blocking my way on the way in and the way out was the manager, obviously. You know, he's not going to come down and move his car, but yeah, apparently he's the new manager. So I thought rather than waiting for him to move, I'll see if I can get out. And as it goes, we got out. Didn't hit anything, didn't cause no damage. Did our delivery nice and easy. The guy helped me unload was sound as well. So yeah, and I managed to kill my brake off while I was waiting for them. So I've got 4.5 hours now to drive straight back, plenty of time to get back. But you never know, I've got to go on the M25, anything can happen down there. So then I've got to decide whether I carry on around the M25 and get off at the M4 and then just go straight down the M4. Things get a little bit of airport traffic there. Or do I dive off a little bit earlier, dive off on the M3 and come in through Bracknell. We'll make our decision as we get closer. If it looks like it's getting heavy down there, we'll bail out, we'll get off. But either one of those routes, I know Bracknell is perfectly fine for this lorry to come through. Like I said, I've only got a 13.2 trailer today, so plenty of room. I managed to squeeze into that parking bay over there, then I should be able to get down through a town, you know, a link road between two major bloody motorways. So yeah, so here we are. I'm going to see if I can get this front camera and this front camera and my head camera in sync. Oh yeah, well done, man. Oh, I didn't even let him out there. London rules, baby. London rules, that's what they're all saying. So yeah, again, always plan your routes, and like you see when I drove into that place, you'll see where I first stopped. I kind of wish I had the camera rolling as I went in, to be honest, because then you would have had that moment of realisation I had, where I was just like, no way, it can't be, this can't be where I've got to be delivering. Then I saw the sign for the shop, I could see it is the shop I was aiming for. I mean, so be it. I mean, that's the thing, London is just very, you know, it's such a highly populated area. Let's have a look at this sign a minute. 217 M25 straight over. That'll do us, that's us. So you want to be looking for when you're in there. I'd say London's very packed. As you can see, very, very busy. Don't let me concentrate a minute, I don't want to be beeped at. We've managed to make it through the day without being beeped at. I wish I had his horsepower, I would have been off there. But yeah, like I say, you've got to be on the ball, pay attention, and don't rush. You don't want to be rushing nothing. It's like if I'd went in and I tried to do that manoeuvre before those lads had moved their cars, the builders, I could have ended up in a position where they couldn't move, I couldn't have gone back, and then I would have had everyone screwed over and I would have been stuck sideways in the middle of the yard. So no, I got into the point where I thought any further is going to be the point of no return, so I stopped there, jumped out, fair play, the foreman was straight over, he's like, oh, get these cars moved for you, buddy. So we got them moved. Well, I'd say the main issues, there's always a couple of cars you can't move, they were the ones where I was actually delivering to. None of them shifted their cars at all. Even when I left, they unshifted their cars. But no, those builders, they were good as gold, all them guys. And they were happy to spare me that 30 seconds where I was like, look, when I'm turning. The thing is, when you get to that point where I was on the full-on jackknife, when the cab and the trailer was at 90 degrees, although I'm turning and that back wheel is pretty much staying where it is and just kind of turning on the spot, what you've got to remember is everything further back than that trailer wheel is moving in the opposite direction. So as I'm pulling the fronts towards me, the back was going the other way. That's why I jumped out and had a really, really quick look. Because I didn't want to think, yeah, I'm sweet, pull forward and then have the back end of the trailer swing out and it's someone's car who's parked up. You know, you don't know if someone is parked because there's no one else to be blamed then. You know, you can't exactly blame the person who was parked, the car wasn't moving. You know, it's on me not to hit anything, it's on you not to hit anything as drivers. As if you are drivers. But you'll know what I mean if you're drivers. You get to some places where you're thinking, really? Excuse my slurping. Yeah, but you've got to do it. You know, other people have been there and I can't phone up and go, oh, that's a bit dodgy. I'm not doing that delivery because I've wasted the company a hell of a lot of fuel. a hell of a lot of stock in the back that's not being delivered. I've wasted people's time and wages. So, you know, if it's not doable, it's not doable. You know, I mean, don't try and do the impossible. I mean, you're a lorry driver, not a bloody magician. But no, I was kind of hoping he'd come out of the shop a bit easier, but in fairness, that guy didn't even know he was in. So he couldn't really come out and watch me out because he was at home. He was full sending on his moped to get to work in time to unload me. But yeah, we made it happen, we made it work. So there we go, it's going to be 2 videos in a row, as if I'm bloody recording. I hope I recorded that manoeuvre. Otherwise you're going to think I'm being a right bloody drama queen. But honestly, that was that was tight, trust me. And I'm saying I'm not the best bloody driver in the world. Far from it, I've got a lot of stuff to learn. I've got years left to learn. But no, I do fancy giving myself... Oh, gee, see how tight he cut my nose off there in that car? Bloody hell, London rules, they don't care. They don't care. See if I can get that camera facing down a bit more so you can see how much they're bloody trying to get me, buggers. Well, I'm not going to complain now because I'm on my way home, but... Yeah, but never be worried about getting out and asking for help. And if you think you're close, even if you've got to keep shuffle it a foot, jump out, look. Shuffle it a foot, jump out, look. If it takes you 20 minutes and 34 bloody shunts to move into your space, if you're not hitting nothing and you get onto your bay cleanly and safely, there's no complaints. If you've got somebody who's going, hurry up, drive, hurry up, ignore them. Because they're not going to be the one, if you hit the bloody trailer on something, you watch how quickly that person disappears and washes their hands of their bloody responsibility. So no, you take your time, you get it in there, you get it safe. And I say, and we've done it, I've got you on the one but there now, so yeah, so I'm using the lorry Satnav at the moment because I know the way back and I wanted to be able to film. I can't film and use the Satnav at the same time, see, on my phone. I'm sure there's a way, but I can't do it, you know. I'm a truck driver, I'm not a computer technician. So, yeah. So once I get out of all this crowded London town driving, so you can all see what fun this is. Now we can actually see, you never know, we might pass some beautiful cars by there if you're interested in cars, of course. We got money up here, haven't we? Oh, there's a Bugatti Veyron in there. It'll take me a few bloody weekend shifts to buy one of them. But no, I thought I'd give you a bit of this footage rather than the motorway so you can see, you know, hopefully you'll be able to see what's going on in these mirrors and stuff, and you can see how much space you've actually got to play with. I mean, you can see I've got a foot and a half on that side where the bus is, foot on this side, so I've got a bit of room to play in, but it's not as if I can drift around in my lane. And these mirrors, that's the problem with these camera mirrors, much as they can be handy, when it gets dark now, and everyone's got their full beams on, they're pretty much useless. I mean, unless you're on a lit part of the motorway, you won't be able to see where your lane is if you're looking in your mirrors. You can see when there's cars there, yeah, because you'll be able to see their light shining, but honestly, other than that, they're not good. They're not good. Give me a normal mirror. I mean, yeah, you don't get the dazzle and stuff like that off people's lights, which I suppose is one of the other pros of it, but I mean, if all you can see in your, especially with these cars with LED lights, like that Range Rover with its full beams on by there, if he was coming up alongside me, all I would see, I think was going to come across on the camera, but these cameras with the LED lights, it looks like the cameras are flashing, it looks like the lights are flashing. So if a car's coming past you with its full beams on, or LED lights, you've got to take a double take, because sometimes it looks like it's a fast response vehicle, like police or ambulance, and it looks like they've got their blue flashing lights on. It's a nice church. Yes, it's a little bit misleading, these cameras, and you'll see when I get a good, I wasn't paying much attention when I was doing my manoeuvre, but when I turn and the lorry gets onto a big lock and it senses the trailer's on a bit of an angle, this camera will actually tilt out. So I'll lose sight of the side of the trailer and it'll actually start adjusting the angle of view, which is like, well, with a mirror, you can see what's in your mirror is in your mirror, is straight. When the camera starts moving, it's not actually a true representation of what's happening down the side of your lorry, and it's not always great. Right, that sign there is showing one of these 2 lanes ahead and going into one, but it's 3 lanes, so that's a great sign, isn't it? It says 2 into 1, it should be saying 3 into 2 or 3 into 1. A lot of people are changing lanes, so Let's place our bets. Who's in the wrong lane? Me, probably. But still, I'm not going to try and get over yet. I can still see 2 lanes of traffic up ahead, so who knows? I say, if you do end up in the wrong lane, try not to stop and hold people up until you let back in, but get your indicator on. You know, everyone understands people make mistakes. Chances are someone will go, yeah, in you go, buddy. We're only moving at 30 mile an hour now. So, you know, someone's slowing, holding back for 5-10 seconds to let you in. It's not going to affect their commute home that much, is it? Yeah, but don't be that guy who's like, oh, this is my last chance, I'm coming over. Good luck everyone, I'm going. Because that's bullying, you know. A lot of people are intimidated by these big lorries coming alongside you, even though today's not a huge one. But people get very intimidated by these lorries near them, so don't be a bully. You know, you wouldn't like it if you were queuing up for an ice cream and some giant fella, 6'7", 22 stone, pushed in front of you and cut across you, would you? I don't think what it's like in a car, you don't want some big lorry to do it to you either. What's they call Christian driving, innit? You know, you be kind to people, you let people in where they let you. And there's someone further up the line will let you in. Something like that, sure of it. But yeah, don't be a bully, take your time. I say we've done our drop now, what we've got to do is get back on the motorway. We don't want to spoil our day now by doing something stupid, getting impatient, ruining our day, ruining someone else's day, and God forbid, causing someone harm. No need, take your time, give everyone space. These people have all had a hard day in work, they want to get home as well. They've got plenty of time. Let them go. Kingswood, down there to the left, that's one of the other drops I do is Kingswood. I don't come in this way though, I get in a bit earlier for Kingswood. But that's quite a good site. I had to film going in there one day. You go down on, it's called Old London Road. And again, that's another tight one. I'm always saying it's a tight bloody... They do seem to be tight. The thing is, with the shop I'm driving for, they have a lot of high street shops which are kind of like big jumped up news agents. I'm sure you've all guessed what shop I work for, but still. But yeah, and you haven't always got access for these old places. So I go down Old London Road, and it's full of people on foot and couriers parked up on the side and Just Eat and all that, and they're flying around like head cases. I mean, I've never known so many, there's Memorial back there. Yeah, they're flying around all over the shop, so you've got to watch them. When you got to Kingswood, where I pull in, there's, I'm guessing there's some sort of modern art. At the end of Old London Road, there's a load of the red, you know, the red phone boxes, and it all just like knocked over like dominoes, leaning on each other, going across and around the corner. The first time I ever pulled in, I thought there was only the one, and I thought someone had hit it and knocked it over. Which is where I pulled up, I was thinking, God, I'm glad I didn't do that. And then once I'd stopped and actually looked at what was in front of me, I realised, oh no, you've been an idiot there, Tone. That's modern art. I'm no art connoisseur. Whisky connoisseur, that's me. But yeah, no, you do see some nice places. I mean, I was so anti-London before I started driving, and there's nothing against the people here. It's just years ago, me and one of my really close buddies, my best man at my wedding, me, him, his brother, and one of the other boys, we all went to see Kings of Leon in Hyde Park in London, middle of summer. Oh, it was hot, ridiculously hot. You know, and we went to go see Kings of Leon, and we drove as far as Reading, you know, because we're all Cardiff boys. We drove as far as Reading in my mate's car. We ditched it in a long stay car park in Reading and jumped onto the tube. So that was my first experience of London. I'd never ever been to London. So I jumped on the tube straight away. I was thinking, bloody hell, we're all rammed in here like sardines. Busy, hot, miserable, people having a moan everywhere, you know. So I was thinking, oh God, I was going to get feathers ruffled. And then we had to get off at Paddington Station, got off there, wow, amazing looking station. I mean, you've seen it in films and TV shows a million times, you've seen it in pictures. When you go in there, wow, what a building, mind-blowing engineering. But just the amount of people in there. I mean, from a boy from a valley, it's like, you know, all my mates are from Cardiff. You know, Cardiff's a busy city, but in comparison to London and Birmingham, phew, it's a walk in the park going into Cardiff. Although that one-way system's a pain. But yeah, so my first experience of London was going in there, into Paddington. As soon as we managed to find our way out of Paddington Station, that was a job. We came out onto the main streets, and I have just never seen so many heads moving down the road, and it was just an assault on the senses. There was cars and bikes and people and these buildings which are just towering over you, and it was crazy. And then I used to smoke back then, and then I ran out of fags and we couldn't find a newsagent to buy fags, so that ruffled my feathers. Then we couldn't buy any beer, and that was panic stations then. You know, I wasn't going to be paying London prices for a pint. I wanted to buy 12 cans to take into the Kings of Leon gig in Hyde Park. You know, boiling hot, gorgeous day. But yeah, we sorted it out in the end. And it was a funny story. We eventually managed to get beer. Marks and Spencer's we had to buy beer. I was shocked. Marks and Spencer's own brand beer, and it was bloody warm. But, you know, any port in the storm, we needed a drink. We weren't on soft drinks, so Marks and Spencer's lager it was. So we stacked up as much as we could carry. And then as we were heading over towards Hyde Park, filtering in through security, there's an old homeless fella. I mean, if I asked you to draw a homeless fella who was sleeping under a bridge, this is the guy you would have drawn. I'm telling you, this is exactly how he would have looked. He had about 2 teeth left in his head, and one of them was on the way out. And he, as we were walking in, he was like, boys, they'll take your beer off you. Give me your beers. They'll throw them in the bin. And we were like, hey, God, hats off to the guy for trying. So we chucked him a beer, and he was like, no, boys, you don't understand. They're going to take them. They'll take your beers. They'll chuck them in the bin. And we were like, yeah, good luck to them. I'm chucking my bloody beers in the bin. So anyway, we went through, and he was telling everyone, give me your beers, give me your beers. And we thought he's trying his luck, and I cannot fault the guy. But anyway, we go up to security. Oh, I can't take them in, boys. We're like, what? Can't take cans in? He said, no, they're sealed, you know, they're sealed, they're good to go. Nah, lads, no beer inside. Took our beer off us, opened the cans, tipped them straight out to the floor, and chucked them all in the bin. I was gutted. Oh, I always think back, I wish I gave my beers to that fella, but I thought he was trying his luck. So yes, there we go, and then we were in there then paying £6 a beer for the rest of the day. Pretty expensive day that was, but I tell you what a gig. Kings of Leon live. Oh. So the thing was, I wasn't even a big Kings of Leon fan at the time, and my mate had phoned me up a week before, and he said, oh, I've been offered a ticket for Kings of Leon, I don't know what to do. And I was like, hey, look, I've heard they're a fantastic band, they're really, you know, they're on the way up. I think it's about 2010, 2011 this was. I was like, look, buddy, they're a hell of a band, I've heard great things about them, they're on the way up. You know, you can't turn down the ticket. So go for it, mate. So he was like, yeah, sound wicked, alright. So we took the ticket. Day later, he's phoning me up. Oh, I can get another ticket for Kings of Leon if you want. I was thinking, I've got to take my own advice. I was thinking I'm supposed to be working at. There's Gardner at the time. Landscape gardener. But I thought, you know what, I'll take my own advice. I'll take my own advice that I gave him, and I'll go and see him. Let's see what the Kings of Leon are like, innit? So anyway, so I accepted his ticket, and it was amazing. It's the best decision I've made. Absolutely the best decision I made. Oh, I've just missed it in the M25 now, look. That road sign was all the clock end, wasn't it? It was saying M25, carry on round. There we go round again. See, it's pointless panicking. Get back across and we go back in. But yeah, no, we went into Kings of Leon. They were absolutely awesome. And, you know, you might not know these bands, but I can remember one of the bands that was opening, but the other band that was opening for them was the Black Keys. And I hadn't even heard of them at the time. And it was before they got big, and they got big not long after we'd seen them. They were awesome. We'd all sat there in the sun, loving it. About 100,000 people in Hyde Park. And it was still early doors. We were all sat down, drinking our beers and just soaking up the sun. And we'd all sat there just listening to the music, these warm-up acts. You know, not disrespecting them. We were chatting away. We weren't there to see them. So they were all playing in the background. They were basically background noise. And all of a sudden we could hear this guitarist just absolutely shredding it. His drums, and they filled the whole of Hyde Park with awesome sound. And we looked up, there's only 2 of them on the stage, the Black Keys. Absolutely turning signal faulty. It does that. I got a motorway and it'll cancel itself. I have checked, there's nothing I can do. But yeah, the Black Keys come on and they absolutely rock. They were awesome. So when I got back then, I was a huge fan of Kings of Leon. And then I straight away then searching for the Black Keys and finding all their music on YouTube. It's amazing. You know, there's nothing better than discovering a new artist, is there? You know, I didn't discover them. But when you can add some new music to your playlist and you're telling other people, it's, I mean, it's really cool, isn't it? So yes, that's right. I went to see Kings of Leon. We saw them in London. Coming out then, obviously there's 100,000 people pouring out of London at the same time. And yeah, it was, oh, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare because obviously our car was in Reading then. So we had to, oh, that's what I messed up. See, I was looking at M25 East, not M25. It was my mistake. I'm not going to blame the council for the road markings. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy reminiscing about Kings of Leon. But yeah, when we came out then, it was absolutely heaving. All of us, out the 100,000 people that got kicked out, I'm sure every single one of them was trying to go on the same train as me. So we found our way back to Paddington Station. Oh, and that was the other thing. I digress again. While we were in there, my buddy who I went with, my best buddy, Chappers, as we were in the gig, we were all there rocking and it was awesome. We'd been listening to Kings of Leon, playing all their music for about, must have been 3 hours, and it was dark now, and it was awesome atmosphere. And we were a few beers to the wind, like we'd found cigarettes by that point. But we were there rocking away, and Kings of Leon's song at the time was out in the charts, was Sex on Fire. I mean, you all know it. What a tune, eh? A banger of a tune. So we were all there, and he was loving that tune at the moment. That was his song. You know, that was his song at the time. And we were there in the gig going, and we were about 100 metres back from the stage. Awesome. And he heard those first couple of tones of Sex on Fire. That. He looked at me, his eyes just both popped out of his head, then he just ran. He just ran towards the stage, and I was like, oh mate. And I lost sight of him in about, I don't know, it's about 10 seconds I'd lost sight of him. And I didn't know whether to hold fire with my other buddy and his brother. or make, you know, head off after chaps, but I thought he'd be fine, he's a big boy. He'll find his way back to the beer tent once he's finished making his way to the stage, and then he'll come find us. We've been there all day. But anyway, half hour passes. Where's Matt? Where is he? Still haven't come back. I tell you what, I'll give him a ring. I'll suss out where he is. I'll give him a ring to start to quieten down. You know, we need to be together by the time we leave. So I give him a ring. As I'm ringing him, I can hear his ringtone going in my bloody mate's pocket. Oh, he held his phone when he went for a pic. Right, great. So that's it. We've lost him. Half hour before the gig's finished, I've lost my buddy in amongst 100,000 people, and his phone's in my other mate's pocket. So that was it. We were thinking, great. You know, how hard can it be to find him? Well, bloody hell. On the way out it was, we left, we were keeping an eye out everywhere, we were trying to phone him. We were phoning back home to see if Matt had phoned. He had phoned home to say that he got separated from us, and he was on a payphone, and he phoned back to his mum and dad's house to say, look, I'm by a payphone, I'm down towards Paddington Station. We'd phoned his mum to see if Matt had been in contact, and she said, yeah, he's down towards Paddington Station. So we were just walking back, and as it goes, literally 100 metres from Paddington Station, I could see him stood next to a bloody phone box having a fag. So that was it then. Once we were all back together, it was awesome. But London tried to spoil our day just by being too big, too mad. But it was awesome, and since then we've been to Kings of Leon. Well, I've seen Kings of Leon, that was 2010 I believe. Then the same group of us, the same four, we went up to Coventry, saw them in the Rico Arena, and they absolutely rocked then as well. They were huge at that point. When we saw them in Hyde Park, it was their early days. It was one of the earliest gigs in Britain. But when we watched them in Coventry a year later, I mean, they were massive. And I honestly, God, if you get the opportunity, you will struggle to find a band that's better live than Kings of Leon, in my opinion. They were absolutely flawless, awesome. Only difference was we went to Coventry. It was a stadium gig. We were standing up in there, and it rained. It was raining sideways. So we got absolutely soaked that day, but still, awesome gig. Amazing. I would recommend it to anyone. Absolutely fantastic gig. So yeah, so that was it. So it was Kings of Leon in London, and then I saw Kings of Leon in Coventry. Then my good wife, then the weekend we got married. We didn't have a big honeymoon abroad planned or nothing. So we got married on the Friday. very local to us in our local church. And my youngest hadn't been born then. My oldest was with her dad for the weekend. So well, she was there for a few days actually. So what we did was, me and the wife, after we got married, we got married on a Thursday I believe, and then we went up to Tenby on a Friday, which is where we were when we got engaged, when I proposed. So we had a weekend up in Tenby, which we absolutely loved. It's one of our favourite places, always will be. It's always going to hold something special for us. So we had a weekend in Tenby and went, had all the fun in Tenby you could have. And then on the way back on the Sunday, we had tickets for Kings of Leon in Swansea. So we basically got back, man and wife got back to the house, all the wedding presents which we just brought in and dumped there, and we were like, oh my god, I forgot about all this. But we literally got back to the house, put on some fresh clothes, quick shower, quick bit of munch, then we were back in the car. We went up to Swansea, we watched Kings of Leon in the Rico. Not the Rico's Rico's in Coventry. We watched them up in other Vetchfield. What's their new stadium called now? Up in Swansea. Oh, I can't think what it's called now. Yeah, in Swansea's new stadium. That was nice. It might be called the Swansea City Stadium. I don't know. But that was good. And yet again, Kings of Leon, absolutely flawless. I tell you, they didn't miss a single beat. They say on the very first gig we went to, he was a bit nervous as a front man. He said he's had to work on his kind of crowd control and stuff, but his singing and his guitar playing, and their actual performance was immense. By the time we saw him in Coventry and in Swansea, they were amazing. They were amazing. I tell you what, if tickets came up for Kings of Leon now, I'd be straight on ticket line to get them. I'd see them again. They were that good. They really were. So, there you go. This makes me talking about Kings of Leon. So there you go. I don't work for them, I swear. I don't work for them. I'm not going to try and get to buy tickets. There's nothing I can do about buying tickets. Although, talking of which, last week Peter Kay, he came out and said he's doing his gig. And he's doing a Cardiff date. So my wife was like, oh my gosh, we love Peter Kay. I mean, who done? That guy literally has me laughing out loud. I'll be holding my sides watching Peter Kay. My wife was like, oh, should we get tickets? I was like, no, babes. I've got a funny feeling this is going to be a record-breaking tour. Peter Kay hasn't done a tour for, what, 12 years? Is it? 10 years? I mean, everyone loves him. He's going to be sold out. He's going to be sold out fast. Oh, no, he might not be. Well, I'm sure you've all seen, any of you in the UK, I'm sure you've all seen the stories and the social media about Peter Kay's tour. TL. I mean, a mate of mine put a picture on Facebook. They were on ticket line. They got on ticket line straight away. Just for the Cardiff show. You're in the queue. There's 130,000 people in front of you in the queue. For probably 10,000 tickets, 130,000 people. So I said to my wife, I wouldn't even worry about trying to phone up, babes. It'd be amazing to see him. But the chances of seeing him in Cardiff, I don't know. I seen he's doing a monthly, what they call a residency in London, isn't he? So I think that's probably our best bet, is hopefully a few months down the line when the FIFA pitch has died back a bit. Oh geez, how close that bike was to that car. Oh my god. He was, I don't think he realised how close he was then. He was looking over his shoulder when he pulled in. But yeah, so I said to my wife it might be worth trying to get tickets for Peter Kay's residency in London, because that's going to be it. Apparently he's doing one show a month. But I think he's going to see how popular it is, and I think they'll probably say, look, why don't we try and do one a week, and he'll sell it out. That guy, he has me in stitches, holding my sides. I love him, but yeah, so he's the other one on tickets at the moment. It's absolute chaos. I mean, if you manage to get a ticket for Peter Kay, woof, don't forget to get your Euro Millions ticket this week. Bloody hell, you're very lucky to get in there. I'll probably wait till Christmas, get a DVD, sit at my house, laugh my ass off, and then watch it over and over. I mean, I'm still watching his gigs from 20 years ago and laughing my head off. I know half of the jokes, but he just delivers them so well. So I know there's some people out there who don't like Peter Kay, but to me, that guy is, he's one of the funniest people ever. He's totally natural as well, totally natural, funny guy. I heard him having an interview on the radio the other morning. Again, he's just funny. Just funny. His brain is just so fast, just so sharp. Seems like a lovely fella as well, does his bit for charity, so yeah, good guy. So there you go. So I managed I was only going to show you what the roads are like coming out already. Where have I been? Sounds right. So I'm going to show you the bloody roads coming out, and look, I spent half hour touting bloody Peter K. Kings of Leon. So I might have to split this video into two to save you all the bloody stress of listening to me. I just let it run, put some bookmarks in, and like I say, if you're all going to enjoy the video, I mean, if you watch any of it, that's amazing. If you do enjoy the video and you're not subscribed, if you want to subscribe, that would be amazing as well. I don't want to be that guy, like and subscribe, but like and subscribe. Nah. I just think, I'm not sure how YouTube works properly, but I'm guessing the more people who like it and subscribe, I mean, the more readily and easily available it is to find the videos. I don't know how any of you are finding the videos, whether you're just stumbling upon it or whether you have to search for it. Genuinely, I have no idea. Like I say, pop it in some comments if you want. Let me know. I don't know how YouTube works. I mean, there's people who understand it and they know how to get their videos pushed forward and stuff, but I don't know. Like, so I'm just enjoying it. Sitting here chatting away, it's good. Gives me a chance to talk away. I mean, there's no one next to me. Look, I'm all on my own. All on my own in here. I'll probably phone my wife now, let her know I am on my way home. Little unknown, we'll be reading a bit more Harry Potter tonight. Loving that story. I just want to start reading it with her to get her into it, because she loves her story. She's a great little bookworm, the youngest one. But as I've started reading these Harry Potter books, I love it. I love it. You know, if she falls asleep halfway through a chapter, I'm thinking, shit, I want to read more, so I pop the book back in. The next day, I'm like, right, bed, come on, let's read, let's go. I want to find out what happens. No spoilers, please. But yeah, so she'll be happy if I can get home in time to read to her. Mother-in-law's over as well today, so it'll be lovely to see her. She's popped over, she'll probably have a bit of dinner. They'll all be done eating by the time I get home. I'll be getting in the house, seeing everyone, and I dare say I'll be straight back off at the chippy then. Had a lovely bottle of whiskey off my mum and dad and brother for Christmas. Christmas, what are we on about? Birthday. Beautiful bottle of whiskey. Cardew, Gold Reserve. If any of you are whiskey drinkers and you enjoy some of the whiskey, it's not a mixer, you don't even mix it in. My wife wanted to try it before and she said, I can put a bit with Coke. I said, you don't bloody go mixing my bloody single malt with Coke. But yeah, no, if you ever get the opportunity and you're a bit of a whiskey drinker, that's what I'd suggest trying. Very, very nice whiskey. Don't cost the world either. I mean, it's a bit more expensive than your well-known brands. I mean, you ask people for a whiskey, they think Jack Daniels straight away. And I'm like, whoa, that's a bourbon. I don't. It's not for me. Although Jack Daniels, I'm quite happy if I'm out, I'm quite happy to have Jack Daniels and Coke. But you're not going to sit there with a glass, sipping away and taste the Jack Daniels here. It's not going to be it's not the flavour for me. I mean, some people really love their bourbons, but no, not me. Not after my Tennessee whiskey. I quite like my single malt Scotch. I quite like the blends as well, but the Scotch whiskey's the ones for me. And I like a bottle of Penderyn as well if I'm feeling flush, or if I'm lucky enough to get one as a gift. Penderyn does some very nice whiskies, and obviously being a proud Welshman, I got to tout Penderyn. It's only my brewery, a small little brewery, and but yeah, the whiskey is an outstanding quality. It really is beautiful whiskey. Yeah, they're my ones. I like the Penderyn. A couple of different Penderyns I like. That Cardew Gold Reserve, and if you're lucky enough to get a bottle of the Cardew 12-year, beautiful, silky smooth whiskey, gorgeous. This is a driving channel. It's not a food tasting or a whiskey tasting channel. Hey, there's an idea. I could do a whiskey tasting channel and then see if people send me free whiskey. Hey, there's an idea. Joking. I need nothing sent to me. But yeah, so I like my Cardew. Shivers Regal as well. Very, very good quality whiskey. Beautiful whiskey. Come in lovely boxes as well. My daughter loves the boxes and the bottles. They look really posh. Shivers Regal's an outstanding whiskey. Rents have got a couple of nice ones. I mean, I do like the more well-known ones, like say if you said to someone pick up a bottle of whiskey, nice bottle of whiskey, Famous Grouse or Bell's, something like that. They're very nice whiskies. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a snob, I won't turn my nose up at them. But if I'm having a treat and I'm getting a whiskey and I want something special, the family have all sort of realised now, Cardew, Chivas Regal, or Jura is a very, very nice whiskey as well. Very smooth whiskey, Jura, very nice. You were lucky enough last Christmas, was it? The Christmas before? My wife got me a bottle of Proper 12, the Conor McGregor whiskey, and I think whatever you want of him. I mean, as a fighter, he was outstanding. He got so many people turned on to the mixed martial arts. But his whiskey, I thought I'd try that. It's very smooth whiskey, in fairness, very easy to drink. I mean, it's pricey and it was as rare as hen's teeth. I mean, my wife had a hell of a job getting it. I couldn't believe it. She got one for me. I was over the moon with it. You know, and that was a nice whiskey. You know, whatever you think of the guy, I mean, you can't fault his whiskey. It's quite nice. Very easy whiskey to drink. If you're not a whiskey drinker and you want to sit down and drink straight whiskey and make it look like you're a hardened drinker, that'd be a good thing to do, because it went down so easy, so smooth and so easy. So, you know, if you want to look like a tough guy drinking whiskey straight, that's a good one for you. I'm not saying I'm a tough guy, I drink my whiskey straight, but I'll sit there and I'll sip it. I'll sip my whiskey, and as it warms up in your hand, you get all the smells and the flavour changes a bit. And that's why I've kind of got a taste of whiskey now, but that's my thing, that's my treat. You know, I'll have one tonight after you had a long week in work. It's nice to sit down and have a couple of whiskeys, not to get drunk. I think that's why I go for the whiskey. The thing is, you go out and you have a few beers, it's really gassy, it gives you a bit of hangover, you feel bloated, and with a whiskey, you can enjoy a whiskey. Get a nice little head on, you have a couple of different whiskies, and just savour the flavour of it, like, you know. Don't have to drink to get drunk, like, you know, I'm not 17 anymore. I'm not drinking just to get mashed, like. But, yeah, what other whiskies have I liked? I'll finish listing off my whiskies, and then I'm going to be done then. I'm going to put some music on, see if I can find some Christmas music. So what ones have I said? I've said Cardew, I've said Jura, I've said Chivas Regal. Oh, my little bless her heart. She was determined for my birthday, she wanted to get me one, and on Father's Day, they're proud of their own money as well. She bought me like a small bottle, like not a taster bottle, bigger than that, of, what's it called, Lafrague. Very, very good quality Scotch whiskey, single malt, beautiful. And I loved it, I really, really enjoyed it. And she got me another one for my birthday, bless her heart. I did flash this car in, but she's, oh, that's why, yes. To the window bloody blind on, so she can't see a blind spot. Right, you've got 5 more seconds to come across, and then I'm going. Right, I'm going. Yeah, so no, so I was over the moon with that, bless her heart. Yeah, she bought me this really, really lovely special bottle of whiskey. So that whiskey's always going to taste lovely now, because every time I drink it, I'm going to think this one she picked. You know, I think she picked it because she liked the look of the bottle and the writing, but she's inadvertently picked up a very, very high quality whiskey, so that's a lovely one. That's always going to be up on my list of favourites as well, just because it's always going to have that special. Every time I see a bottle of a Frau, now I'm going to think, oh, bless her heart. Little monkey. So yeah, loads of whiskey. So I might do a whiskey tasting video one day, shall I? So I sit down and just drink all my different types of whiskies and see how red my face is when I finished, see how much I'm wobbling. I won't put the head camera on, you'll all feel drunk. Yeah. So anyway, if any of you bothered watching, or got all the way through it, or even watched a bit, that's amazing. If you fancy dropping a like or a subscribe, that would be amazing too. And I think we're going to lose the light now, and we're just going to hit the traffic. I think I'm done talking now. I'm talking about whiskey so much, my mouth's going dry. So, I wish all of you all the best. Hope you all have a good one. I haven't been offered no shifts for next week yet, but if I do, I'll bang the camera on and we'll go on another little drive round England and Wales, and we'll see what we've got in store. So again, thanks everyone for watching, thanks for listening. Thanks for humouring me, and I wish you all the best. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one, yeah? All the best, folks. Ta-ra.